Hello again, everybody, and today we're up at the apiary feeding the bees. In case you're wondering why, it's because there hasn't been enough flowers this season for bees to build up the supply for the winter.
In fact, they haven't produced like any. We haven't taken any out, yet they still need feeding. The sugar water we give them, it's a combo of white sugar and water, similar to nectar, except it has no tannins. The white sugar is the same sugar as you'll find in nectar, it's sucrose sugar. But honey is fructose and glucose. How? Well, fructose and glucose together make sucrose, and sucrose can sustain bacterial life.
The bees, they can't eat fructose and glucose sugar, so they have to turn it back into sucrose sugar before they can eat it.
So you can see why honey is not always in the frames. Like there's some nectar, because that's the short-term food. Honey is only when they need to store it for a longer time. So the hives here have got feeders, which we put the sugar water into. Even though the bees do turn it into honey, we don't sell that. We don't let it into our honey supers. The beehives here, they are the only ones that feed on beekeeper honey. In case you're wondering, that's sugar water honey, which is basically pure sugar. We never sell beekeeper honey, and all other beekeepers out there should as well. Not selling beekeeper honey, because that's not what you're wanting when you're buying honey. So, let's take a look at some of the feeders. Okay, so here we are at this hive A13. I'm going to show you how we fill them up. So we open it, no bees, as this is being just like a lid. We'll grab the jug from A25 right next door, dip it in the sugar water, and pour into the top feeder. The way this works is the water I'm pouring in here, a small bit of it is accessible to the bees. It's made that way so the bees don't drown, they can still get it. They basically come up through a covered area to it where it's blocking up at that area. There's a small bit where it comes up and they just go down as far as the water. And pick it up, take it into the hive, and queen thinks there's nectar, basically. Don't want to put any more or it'll overflow.
Okay, so here we're looking at the creation of sucrose. It starts with the trees. In the leaves, they take carbon dioxide, 6 carbon dioxide molecules and 6 water molecules. Then when it's hit by a solar particle, it compacts together to create glucose. No, there is no explosion, but it is a real thing. And when the Calvin cycle is applied, really complex, I'm not going to go into it, for I'm a beekeeper, not a biologist. It basically turns glucose to fructose, fruit sugar practically, which is the other half of sucrose. Then when you smash those two together, you get sucrose and an ejected water molecule because there's an extra oxygen and 2 extra hydrogens in the clash.